Have homes really become more expensive compared to last year? Or is it just the headlines making panic? In today's video, we are breaking down what actually changed between July 2024 to July 2025, and I'm going to show you the numbers, average home price, monthly mortgage payments, and the interest rates side by side, so you can see yourself whether buying a home in today's market makes sense or is waiting was really a smarter move. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, you really have to be curious about what is happening in the market at this time. Or you might be just somebody who just wants to be aware of what is happening, because most of us live in a home which is also a real estate product. So you want to watch this until the end. Let's dive in. So here I have this chart which shows us all home types for the whole of G.T.A. Now in July 2024, average purchase price was around 1,106,000, and in July 2025 the average property price has dropped down to 1,051,000. Now in July 2024 the price was high as well as the interest rate was high. So 20% down payment, this is just for an example that I have used. The down payment would have been 221,000 plus, and the monthly mortgage payment was 5,549. And here there are two things that are favoring you. One is the average price which has dropped in July 2025, as well as the current rate of interest for 5 years. You could get around 4.29% fixed 5-year rate. If you're looking for a variable, it is around 4.3, but the down payment also drops down, so you are paying lesser down payment, around 10,000 lesser. You would also be paying around 2,000 lesser on your land transfer fees, and I want you to pay attention to the monthly mortgage payment. It has dropped down by $1,000. Now this shows that the market is going in the right direction, and also you need to understand that average price and the mortgage rates are the two important components which reflect on everything: your closing cost, your down payment, and also your monthly mortgage. Now let's dive in to see what is happening in Toronto for all home types. Now here again I have the July 2024 data as well as July 2025. Now over here we are looking at an average purchase price for all home types in Toronto. It is sitting at 1,087,000. Again, the interest rate in July 2024 were around 5.6%. Your down payment would have been 217,000. And Toronto, they have like two land transfer taxes. One is the provincial, which we all pay, like whether it is Peel, Waterloo, York, everywhere it is like one slab. And in Toronto they have another slab which is the city level, so that's why you pay a bit higher. When you go to the other slides, you will see that drops into half. So now let's take a look at mortgage monthly payment. Again, it is 5,400, and over here in July the average price has dropped by 40,000. So the current average price for July was 1,044,000. The interest rates again 4.29. Down payment 20% of 1,044,000 is around 208, and the land transfer fees again 34,000, and the monthly payment down to 4,624. Now let's take a look at Mississauga. Mississauga, you see around 50,000 price drop between July 2024 and July 2025. Now over here in July 2024, the average price for all home types was 1,042,000. Again, the interest rate at that time was around 5.6%. The down payment would have been 20% of 1,042,000, 208,000. Now the land transfer fees, this is the Ontario provincial land transfer fees, that we also call it as like a registration fees, right? That is around 17,000, which is half of what you pay in Toronto. And then the monthly mortgage payment would have been 5,233. Now let's take a look at July 2025. The average price in Mississauga has dropped to 995,000. The interest rate 4.29%, and the down payment for 20% down payment for the average price in July would have been around 199,000. So let's take a look at what's going on in Mississauga. So again, we are comparing July 2024 to July 2025. The average purchase price in July 2024 was 1,042,000. The interest rate same, 5.6%. The down payment would have been 208,000, and the land transfer fees 17,332, and your mortgage payment would have been 5,233. So this is for the 5.6% interest. Now, if you take a look at July 2024, the average price in Mississauga has dropped down to 995,000. The interest rates currently we are seeing around 4.29%. The down payment would be around 199,000. The land transfer fees 16,387. This is again, as I said, in region of Peel we only pay the provincial land transfer tax. And then if you see over here, your mortgage payment monthly to carry the house would be 4,412. Now let's take a look at Brampton. So Brampton, there's a big drop in the price. If you see, almost 60,000. So the July 2024 average price for all home types 965,000. Interest rate again 5.6%. The down payment would have been 193,000, and the land transfer tax is 15,775. Again, in Brampton we only pay one land transfer fees, that is provincial, and then the monthly payment would have been 4,851. Now when you take a look at July 2025, the average price is 909,000. 4.29% is the rate right now. The down payment would be around 181,000. The land transfer fees 14,664, and the monthly payment 4,039, so almost 4,000. So if you get a little bit good price, it'll go to 4,000. Now, the next one, it's Oakville. A drastic thing because there are different levels of pricing, so you see a lot of changes happening because the number of homes that sell every month are fewer, so the average price fluctuates a lot. So in July 2024, the average price was around 1,477,000. The interest rates around 5.6%. We are taking the 1-year-old interest rate over here. Down payment would have been 295,000. The land transfer fees, again in Oakville, Durham Region, you only pay the provincial tax, 26,000, and the monthly payment, mortgage payment, would have been 7,377. Now, here in July 2025, we have the average price, which is sitting at 1,338,000, and then the interest rates at this point is around 4.29%. Down payment is around 267,000. The land transfer fees 240, and the monthly payment drops down to 5,896. Now, when we are on Oakville, I just want to share with you, I have a very beautiful listing which is in Clearview area. It is just one street, like it is just border of Mississauga and Oakville, and it is a family home. The current family has been there for almost 32 years. It is sitting on a 90-foot lot, and also this has 4 bedrooms. They have a separate living, formal dining, family room, and a big breakfast area, and the kitchen. Yes, it needs update, but it is listed for 1.8. And if you know somebody who's interested in Oakville property, give me, and I can share the listing with you. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. York region basically is very strong. There are smaller homes and there are huge homes, so you don't see a lot of fluctuation between the average price. But yes, they are cheaper to buy in 2025 compared to 2024. So the average purchase price in July 2024 was 1,293,000. Again, the interest rate of July 24 is 5.6%. The down payment would have been 258, and the land transfer tax 22,346, and the monthly payment 6,469. Now again, in Richmond Hill, York region, the land transfer tax we only pay provincial. So now when you look at July 2025, the average price, now you don't see a huge difference, like maybe 40,000 compared to the other areas that we have seen. So the purchase price is around 1,257,000. The interest rate is same, like 4.29, and the down payment is 251 roughly. The land transfer tax 21,619, and monthly payment would be around 5,045. Now, even in one, I have a beautiful condo, stacked condo townhome, which is listed around mid 700s. If you're interested, DM me. It's a beautiful newer property, and it has a beautiful terrace, which I've very rarely seen, and there is a lot of greenery all around that condo complex. It is like a small pocket, very few townhouses, but it has a locker, parking, underground parking, and 2 bedrooms, 2.5 washroom, and it has balcony on each level. So if you are interested, DM me. Now let's take it the final gem, Durham Region. Now Durham Region has been really interesting. I've been following this region from 2020. So when all homes in, let it be in Peel, York, Toronto, got more expensive, we saw a lot of traffic moving towards Durham Region because the average price at that time was the lowest. You could get a detached home for like $750, $800. So people, like everybody dreams of having a single home. So many people moved over there. So the activity really took up. So now the average price has dropped, but still we are seeing a lot of activity in Durham Region. So you need to watch that area. So the average purchase price in July 2024 was $915,000. Again, the 5.6% rate we are taking. The down payment 20% would have been around $183,000. Again, in Durham Region, we pay only provincial land transfer tax, so it is $14,789. The monthly payment would have been $4,600. Now let's take a look at July 2025. The average purchase price for all home types is sitting at $885,000. The interest rates around 4.29%. Down payment would be around $177,000, and land transfer tax $14,180, and the monthly payment would be around $3,934. Now I have taken for example 20%, but if it's your first home and it's your principal home, you can buy as low as 5%, and additional down payment you have to pay 10% of it. So you can buy it for a lesser down payment, but yes, that reflects on your monthly payment. So keep in mind that because I've said 20%, not necessary that you have to go with 20%. You just need to sit down and talk with us, and we will advise you, connect you with a good mortgage broker, and they will lay it down for you, and depending on what you afford, we can just break down and see what is good for you. Have homes become more expensive in July? As you saw, it's not just about the sticker price. It's about how much that monthly mortgage actually costs you today versus last year. And with the changing interest rates, the story isn't always as straightforward as it seems. The market is constantly shifting, but the right time to buy or sell is when it is right for you. If you are unsure what next steps should be, let's talk. I'd be happy to help you run the numbers based on your goals. Drop in your comments and let me know if this video was helpful to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to someone who is on the fence and don't know what to do about real estate. And finally, a small request: if you can hit the bell icon, and you will never miss a G.T.A update on the real estate market. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye now.